What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RockHead, and in this video I'm just going to show you like my settings and going in depth of each one. And basically, like, the importance of settings is where you want to like have your video settings go at least showing more visibility to the enemy, and that's what a lot of people do in esports titles. But just to get right on with the video, on color mode, computer monitor, I say just like set this to whatever display you're using. Television, it just kind of looks weird. I don't know. It's like makes everything a little brighter. Looks pretty nice. But I just still kind of recommend wrong button. Recommend just setting it to computer monitor. You want the best color. And brightness, kind of bumped it up to like 11, like 110. Sorry, I couldn't read today. So I set the brightness to 110, and pretty nice. You want to like kind of increase brightness to where just enough where you can see where the see where like everybody else is. It helps with dark corners and stuff like that. Aspect ratio 16:9. Most people would do 4:3 for like FPS reasons, as well as if they have black bars, they can more focus inside the middle. And if it's on 4:3 stretched, means the enemies are a whole lot bigger. It means like you got a wider target to look at. And so, but I basically pick widescreen. I'm just fine with that. Resolution 1920x1080. That's my native resolution for my monitor. Display mode full screen. If you want to do windowed, full screen, windowed, be my guess. But like if you want like use like less, if you have like less resources, I don't even know how to explain it, because like a lot of people just use different display modes, but most people just on default just use full screen. But some people use windowed for like alt tabbing a lot easier and stuff like that. So full screen, and laptop power savings disabled, because that's just gonna lower your frame rate. It even says in the description, so I don't really need to explain much. Even if you have a laptop, don't do it. Keep your battery on. Just keep your laptop plugged in if you're playing. The advanced video, global shadow quality medium. Some people will put it on very low, like it doesn't matter to them. But in some cases, some people will set it to at least medium, or or at least, in my opinion, have enough shadows to where like the shadows like have an effect on the player model, and people will just see the shadow behind the door, and then they automatically know where the person is. So some shadows does help, but if you want to keep it on low, be my guess. I just keep it on medium. So model texture detail, it's set to low. In Counter-Strike, it doesn't really affect the player's model at all. So it's just it's just like the slight resolution change from low to high, but I just keep it on low for FPS reasons. Effect detail and shader detail are kind of weird how I have it on high. It's just that for Molotovs, like if you set both of these on high, you can slightly see through the Molotov, and I'm about to like explain it in game. So it's a lot easier to see. So for Molotovs, like let's say if I'm looking at someone on cat and I be an idiot and just like throw it right here. Like if you can see that like there's some black fill coming up, but at least you can still kind of see through the Molotov. Now I actually took the time and actually set this on low, set these on low, or at least shader effect detail on low. Maybe that will change. I'll have to like test that out. No, I don't need to scroll wheel. But then like maybe the effect detail, it has like more black smoke. You can somewhat see your enemy. Kind of does help. But you can see how like effect detail kind of does help with the smoke and everything. So if I set this on low as well, I'm gonna give it a second to actually change. Because you have it on, if you have both of these on low, then you get that massive black smoke. It's kind of weird. It's really kind of weird to just explain it. It's better to just show you. And what happens when Counter-Strike is somewhat of an on-optimized. Oh, there it is. Alright, so if I throw it a Molotov one more time, you're going to get this massive black smoke. I mean, you can see some of it, but if it's like a stupid dark corner, then you really can't see the person. Or if it's like, if I throw the Molotov like a lot farther away, and it's like gonna be hard to see the enemy like right there, even if he's there. Unless like you want to like up brightness and stuff like that. Some people have this thing called NVIDIA Freestyle, but I feel that like you have to be in NVIDIA beta options, something like that. But I don't know. So I just keep both of those on high. I mean, there's not really that much of an advantage unless you want so much of like killing enemies that much. If you're frag hungry, you're just gonna like, because basically the whole point of a Molotov is like, the whole point of the Molotov is just keeping the enemy like damaged. If they go through it, they're gonna damage themselves. So if they push out the molly, you can still be able to get them. You don't really have to necessarily see through, unless you want to like be aggressive. But that's all I got to show for like effect detail and shader. And as you can see, as like it still loads up, that multi-core rendering is enabled because you want to use the most cores as possible. Even if you have like a 100 core processor, you want to use multi-core rendering, so that's going to help with like SPS a lot. Anti-aliasing mode, I keep it at 4 just to make it look nice. Some people just keep it at 2 as like, and it still kind of look the same, I guess. I never really go up to 8x MSAA. That takes up VRAM, especially in like games like Rainbow Six Siege and stuff like that. So usually like 4x, 4 or 2, or just if you want, you could press none if you really don't care about visuals that much. FFAA, it just blurs a lot. I recommend keeping it off. I don't want to like really show it because it does make me cringe. Texture filtering, anisotropic filtering is at 16x, and texture filtering doesn't really affect performance that much in any game whatsoever. So some people keep it at trilinear or bilinear, mostly bilinear, but 16x, it doesn't really affect your hardware that much. It only takes like, it only boosts like only deducts like 1 to 2 frames. That's about it. Desync obviously off unless you want what is the word? Oh yeah, lag, input lag. This will cause massive input lag. Trust me, you should try it out yours for yourself. Motion blur, keep that disabled, because like if you use motion blur and like, I mean there's no motion blur now, but like if it has motion blur, actually I can turn it on real quick. Enable motion blur real quick. Like motion blur, I mean there's really no slight difference. It's like a slight difference because like it doesn't give you the option to change the blur, but honestly just keep motion blur because that way you don't have to worry about oh, I think I didn't really disable. There we go. Really, I just keep it off so that way it won't really process the motion blur at all, because you want the most out of your settings. That's for video settings. HUD position, I really don't mess with this. Audio settings, this is the last setting I can show. This is basically all my audio. Stereo headphones, because, well, I'm wearing headphones obviously, then my audio device. This is like coming from a USB phone, but as I can show, like if I do like my gear setup, I'll show you. There's like 3D audio processing. I don't think I really need it. I've been using like stereo for a while. This is just gives you a surrounding, I don't know, it's basically surround sound. That's all I need to say. So you can hear everywhere basically. But I usually just set it to no because you like what I usually do. The only trick of using stereo is your advantage. So, you know, I use no clip, right? You can see that like maybe there's gonna be enemies around here, and if you're on top of cat, right, and you can like hear them. What I usually do, and usually if like if they're coming down this corridor and you know like they're coming below you, what I usually do is like go by the wall. If you know they're in front of you, you can like turn your head, and you can hear and if you turn your head and you're listening to this side, you're gonna hear them coming all the way down there. Same thing go for cat. Like if you hear cat, usually you just kind of like look at the wall a little bit, but don't look at the wall too long. because then like they'll just pop out of nowhere, and then you gotta like take them down and everything. So that's like really my trick for using like stereo headphones. So sound that just proves that surround sound's not really needed if you're going to keep doing that, but you want to be careful. Also, like game sense does take effect, as like you don't want to like look at the wall saying like, oh I don't know where they are, I'm just gonna look at the wall. Then it's a lot to, it's like really like best to know where the enemy is at all times. Like, so little pro tip, if you have two on here, like one watching cat 1A, and one watching mid, and then two at B, if they like die at B and they call how many, then like if there's more, and there's like 5 versus 5, so like if there's 3 over there and then like 2 coming to A, you just want to like head over, you want to like work your way over to B, because there could be one mid and one on cat, and then could be die from behind and so on and so forth. And just to go back to my settings a little bit, I have pressed to use mic. Some people don't really have it disabled because communication is key. However, they used to have an option where you can do open mic, but it didn't work out so well. So voice volume 30%. I don't want to put it at 100 because that way you want to be able to hear your game more than your people. And then positional, I leave that at no. Because honestly, voice positional means like if that guy is like all the way over there, he's gonna like he's gonna be more quiet than if he's like right here, basically. And back to the settings once again. Play audio in game and background. I don't even know about this setting. Play audio when game in background. Like I never figured that out at all. Oh well, we'll just skip that one until like someone tells me what it is. So music, I leave everything at off. Danger Zone music, I didn't mess with it because I don't know, I play Danger Zone for fun. But for main menu volumes, round start volume, round end, bomb, hostage, 10-second, def cam volume, and MVP volume, all set to off because I really don't need music during game. Like it's like a weird thing for me too, where I just want to like everything, be able to hear everything. Plus it like sounds awkward if you like used to having main menu volume up and then go in game, don't hear anything. But that's all the settings I gotta use. And game settings, unrestricted, and so on and so forth. I can discuss crosshair like other time, HUD, stuff like that. But mainly I just want to get into video settings because those are like sometimes mostly important to how you tweak it. Same thing with audio. So video settings with a little audio settings. That's all I gotta show you. And that's all I gotta show you for my video and audio settings. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys take my advice with video and audio settings. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a great day.